Hey guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about the joys of stock market investing and all things dividend gain. If it's your first time coming by the channel, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Guys, today, in fact, right before I shot this video, I made a significant stake in the Chargepoint company. Now, for some of you that knows, Chargepoint is an electric car charging company that deals primarily with charging of EV vehicles. Now, part of the reason why I bought this stock was the EV revolution is upon us and it's gaining steam year after year. So, as far as me, the way I invest is I have just jumped into Tesla and made a significant stake in that. Well, a more than significant stake. But with a lot of news that has came out that I'll talk about a little bit later in the video, and just looking at the way EV is headed, especially like with some of the stuff that some of the states are doing as far as eliminating the sale of gas-powered vehicles by 2030, it was a no-brainer for me. Now, the way I invest is instead of just investing in Tesla, because it's the leader in EV manufacturing thus far, I'd rather invest in one of, if not the top leader in electric vehicle charging. And that happens to be Chargepoint from my study. Now, in case anybody asks me, before you put it in the comments, excuse me, I made 188 shares today. I bought 188 shares. And I jumped in at 1561, right? Now, I might, and I'm thinking about it, I might buy like 20 more shares today if the price continues to drop, and then I'll just sit on it for a while. But at present, I have my shares, and the reason why I thought about this, guys, today is because I dropped a video, and I'll leave it in the description box, earlier when I started making videos about alternative companies you can invest in if you didn't want to invest mainly in the cars, the EV cars, or you weren't sure of it. You could invest in some of the support aspects of the EV market. First reason is UK and US exposure. Now, a little bit about Chargepoint. Like I said, it's a charging company. They deal primarily with charging, technology, EV charging technology, right? According to the record, now this might have changed. I know it probably has changed, since last time I made the video. They have charging stations in the US and UK, right? In their network, they have over 175,000 charging stations. Now, granted, this is in the US and the UK, whereas Tesla in their network, as of now, to my understanding, guys, I might be wrong, is 36,000. Now, that's almost 5 to 1 as far as charging stations from Chargepoint, and opposed to the leader in EV right now, Tesla. So, to me, that was a no-brainer. These cars are going to have charging stations all over the world, and Biden had initiated an act a couple of months ago. It might have been early last month, where he's giving billions of dollars to EV research and setting everything up, and it plays into the hands of Chargepoint, with their R&D. Now, the company, granted, if you look at the company, from a standpoint of the numbers, like earnings per share, negative $94. They're not making a profit right now. Market cap, like I have the stats right here. Market cap, $5.3 billion market cap. 52-week low, $8.50. 52-week high, $28.72. Now, this stock right here will be all over the place, being that it has a volatility range of, let me see if I can find the volatility range. It's going to be 85%. The stock is shooting up and down. Now, part of the reason why I think that's the reason is the stock, number one, is probably being shorted a lot. And it's a lot of option plays on it and stuff like that. Number two, I'm gonna make sure my white mic was on. Number two, a lot of people don't really know about the stock. A lot of people don't really care because it's insignificant, and a lot of the fanfare and everything is going to these EV companies like Rivian, Neo, Tesla. Now, for me, this stock is a strong buy. Even though that now I'm experienced in investing, for where my portfolio is and my heavy hitters, my blue chip stocks and all that stuff, and my S&P 500 ETF stocks, my other ETF portfolio, I have a little bit of money to experiment with this. And I don't even want to use the word experiment. What I mean is I have a little bit of money that I can gamble with. I shouldn't use that word either. I can take a hit on this. I mean, I watch all my stocks anyway. I would see it, for the most part, it trickling down. But for me, I believe in the company, and I believe in my notion that this company right here is going to be big because they're already ahead of a lot of other charging companies. Now, what's going to happen when we switch these vehicles? When we start switching these vehicles, Massachusetts and California, they're the first two states that's going to have to what? Change the infrastructure. And when I say infrastructure, I mean the roads. You got to have charging ports on the roads in case somebody run out of power. I was about to say run out of gas, but I caught myself. Somebody run out of power, and they're going to have to, because like this thing right here, let me say this real fast. This thing right here, a lot of people are like, oh, well, why don't they just switch over now? This thing is going to take time. Just switching from gas to EV is going to take time. It might be, I know it might be the 2050. And I got to be honest with you, because you got to think about this. The whole way cars are parked, the whole way roadside assistance might be. They're not going to be gas stations, being built like that anymore. This is in time. I'm not saying tomorrow, but when you're at a parking lot, apartment buildings, are they going to have charging stations outside for these vehicles? It's going to be a massive transfer in the infrastructure in America and Europe and China or whatever, and it's going to be a lot going on. But one thing for sure, you're going to need charging stations. So I have the fullest confidence in my purchase of this company as of now. Plus future applications. You don't know what the future will hold with this company. There's so many EV companies out here that a lot of us haven't even heard of, and they're trying to get funding and stuff like that. Or they're smaller, minute companies that are trying to get their name out there too in this EV race. They might have a future collaboration with Chargepoint. If Chargepoint offers some type of deal, like, okay, well, you use our chargers or have it to where, you set it up where it'll boost with our chargers because we're going to have a lot of charging stations, and we'll do this or we'll do that. Whatever companies do amongst themselves. But as far as me, man, I've been wanting to get on this stock, for a little bit. And I don't even want to say it like that because I had staked this stock a while ago, and I had like 2 shares of the stock. But at that time, the stock was $17, right? And I just never really thought about it. So what I was doing, I was going through my portfolio today, and I was like, let me start recalibrating some of this stuff because I got a whole bunch of AT&T shares, pre-split, like years pre-split. And I'm like, let me start moving some of this money around. So what I did, how I paid for all these shares is I took and sold off some of my AT&T stock to pay for these shares, because I mean, my AT&T is flipping. It's like my dividends are flipping over. So I had a little bit of money I could jump out of the stock with. But yeah, guys, this stock right here is a strong buy for me. I believe in what's going to happen. As far as the numbers go, this is going to be in demand. This will take care of itself. And if it doesn't, I mean, over time, for me watching my stocks, and really having the market as one of my hobbies that I'm really into, I would see it coming. I mean, I keep up with the news and stuff like that, and what my companies do. But yeah, I mean, they got a lot of charging stations. They're mainly based in the UK and US. That's going to change over time. Neo is moving a lot of cars in Europe, or they're setting it up to start moving a lot of cars in Europe. They're going to be at some of these charging stations. So I see this as a global business that is going to really take off. And thus, I made the investment today. Now, am I telling you to make the investment? No, I'm just telling you a little bit about what I did and what I'm up to. But at a 52-week range of $28, I'm confident. Not predicting, but I am confident. 3 to 5 years, when I usually hold a stock, when I make a big purchase like this, 3 to 5 years, stock might be over $50, might be over $80. You don't know, because EV takes off. Once more and more people get on this Chargepoint bandwagon, it's going to shoot to the moon. I just have confidence, and I'm really confident. I think that's what's going to happen. So a lot of people are going to jump on this. I'd rather get in on it early. Now, whether it's $1 lower in my strike price or this or that, it don't matter. I'll put some money into it like I did, right? And then what I'll do is a stock this small, with a 52-week high of 850, it might shoot down. 4% is down 4% today, right? And that's 70 cents. So it might go down another 12%, and every time it drops in increments of 5%, because 4.3% is 70 cents. Every time it go down in 5%, I'll buy some more. Now, you don't have to make a big purchase, 2 or 3 shares. Whatever you can. The thing about dividend investing and the thing about dollar cost averaging that's key is you just keep doing it. You don't have to buy 40 and 50 shares, or, you don't have to have a whole bunch of money. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. And for me, this is a no-brainer. I like the stock, and I believe strongly in my heart and my intuition that I think this stock is going to take off. I'm gonna make huge gains off of this. Now, as far as dealing with dividends with the stock is in its early phase. Besides Tesla and this stock, most of my stocks are dividend stocks. I got a couple stocks that you can't come to my head right now, but it's a power play for me, long-term play. You're going to need charging stations. There are all these cars manufacturers out here. They're going to be making new type of vehicles, like like the automotive industry is. They have, one car company can have up to 15 different vehicles. So it is going to be with EV. The auto industry is the auto industry. But these charging stations are going to be here to stay. They're going to be in demand, and they're going to be all over the place. So, guys, if you could, man, drop me a comment. You guys looking at Chargepoint? You think it's a good investment right now? Have you thought about it? If you do, and you have shares, how have they been working out for you so far? I know it's been turbulent, but people are making gains off of these stocks. Sitting here looking at it, 51% of institutional investor companies were basically major corporations and financial companies that hold stocks. They're holding it. So why can't you? Ignore the naysayers. Whatever you have confidence in and you want to keep, you want to keep for a long time, and you see the vision, stick with it, guys. But like I said, drop me a comment. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, thanks for spending time, part of your day with me, and I'll see you in the next video.